Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything, everything. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.
Okay.
So
Talk us through your journey, like leading up to Sevenoaks. So you said you went to London. So what was your journey like from that?
well,
Before
when I first came to Sevenoaks, I didn't do, my wife had she had quite a big career, so I was hanging out with the kids, and my first goal was to become a competitive golfer. I wanted to be a good amateur golfer, and for a couple of years, I just played golf 5-6 hours a day, and then I couldn't get beyond a certain point. I realized, and I said, I'm way too young to be playing golf every day. It's like, this is not, you're not involving other people, you're not helping anybody, so I started to get back into coaching. I started a local club where my kids could go and I could coach them, and that led to what did I do with that? Then I started doing some county coaching, and then the local club I started was quite interesting because I passed that on to a couple of other coaches. I can't remember. There was an American, can't remember his name. Anyway, the second one I gave it to was Daniel Gale, who's now in the national team setup, and he took that over. But I heard about a group of girls being trained out in Kent by a Bulgarian lady. And because I was looking for more basketball for my daughters, I had 3 of them. And for the oldest one, really, at that point, because I think she was maybe 13. And so I went, and I hung around. I got my daughter in it, and then I started helping out. And then before long, I was running the sessions. And we used to take these girls. Their plan was, it was a regional team, and they would take them to France to play in tournaments. And they would get killed. And these were the best girls from around the Southeast. And so they realized they needed better training and to get better.
Opportunity rises.
Right. So this sessions were set up. I got involved with it. And then at the end of a year, they never intended to start a club, but the parents and girls got together. They said they wanted to start a club. They wanted to play together. So Sevenoaks Sons was formed, and I put my hand up and said, "Oh, well, I'll coach them." So I coached the under-18 team, and we had an under-16s as well. And a lot of people hated us for it because, a couple girls came from one club, and that club folded when they left.
Oh, right.
And another club. There were 2 clubs I think that folded up, but they were clubs, but they were really just a team.
Yeah.
And the investment in the group was so small that if they lost 2 players, they were going to quit.
Oh, right, really?
So anyway, but a lot of coaches outside that were angry with us. They thought we'd done something, and
it sounds like you're doing a good thing though, like developing this.
Yeah, well, what happened was we stuck with it. We did well with those girls, but then when they left, we had more girls coming through. I didn't, it wasn't a flash in the pan. We were committed to the area, to the group, and we helped a lot of kids. We did a lot, we've got about 25 kids in the States on scholarships over the 15 years.
That's amazing.
And, lots of success with juniors, probably 50 some national team players. So
they got a men's team there as well, right?
They have a men's team. It's now, they had it one a while back, and then it dropped, and now I think they're just local league at the moment.
Yeah.
I think they have aspirations. There's a pretty big boys side now, which is, it's tough for me because I'd like to see all the effort and resources poured into what we're doing with the girls and the women.
No, you're doing it.
But you can't always get what you want.
Oh, like I say, I would say just keep pushing for it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Sevenoaks is a great. I think it's a good location, very suburban area, kind of.
Yeah, but we haven't gotten a lot of support from the town, to be honest.
That's the downside.
Yeah, you know, our kids come from all over. You know, every night we go out. I live 40 miles away,
Yeah,
and I'm driving. You know, when the women are practicing, I've got the four women in the car with me going to practice, and then
yeah.
when the juniors practice, I've got a van load of juniors coming from my area.
Oh, so you're
So,
picking them up. Some of the
yeah,
players up and
and then
dropping
we've
them
got
off.
others coming
Wow.
from London, and so
So they don't even live in Sevenoaks then.
not all, no, not very many of them. Some, but
Wow.
we did have one big under 12 group that's Sevenoaks, but the older ones are all over the place, and so I'm not real sure what
All right.
what's gonna happen in the future. So
So what is it that's attracted? What is it that's made you successful attracting some of the players you've got? Because you've got some real good players like the likes of CARR, Tiani there. You even got Janice there. And then, you
yeah.
know, you've got to try to convince them to come to an area like Sevenoaks where there's not much.
Well, the women
Yeah.
it was interesting because Kat was the first one to come, and she came about 7 years ago. And I made her play with, or she was basically playing with a bunch of kids. And, you know, I had a couple other women, but, you know, we were running it to develop the juniors and just had a couple women to be competitive. And that was a bit frustrating, but then we got a group of juniors that was really good in 2017. So I had 3 juniors who played a lot, a couple more women. My daughter came back from college and decided she wanted to play, and she was a very good player.
Okay, yeah.
And so it just all fell into place, and we won the trophy and we won the playoff final. And after winning it, I said that was kind of fun. And then when the 3 when the 3 juniors left,
Yeah.
you know, graduated, I didn't have 3 juniors ready for the WBBL, so I had 3 more spots to fill with women.
Yeah.
So, and it was just finding, you know, just players, you know, lucked into getting a Danish girl who had played at LSU, who was quite good, Ann Peterson, and Tayani came down,
Yeah.
or she would probably came the year before, but, you know, decided to stay, and Kat and T just play so well together.
Yeah, I know. I can see that definitely. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
heard
you know,
about
I mean,
them.
they're best friends. So, and then, yeah, you know, the people just like when you have success, and you know, the people enjoy practice, they enjoy playing, they're able to flourish, you know, and it's up to them, you know, they do it. So.
And you got the likes of the up and coming off the bench of Janice, right?
Well, yeah, Janice, I coached Janice along, you know, against her when she was 14, 15 and at
Yeah.
Haringey, and she played for a national team under 18s that I coached that got promoted in 2012.
Yeah.
And so I've known her a long time, and, you know, the girls, Kat and T and some of the others, you know, they're able to help create an environment where she can do well. She's a, you know, wonderful player, and very nice person, you know, and, you know, we're lucky to have her as well, for sure.
What do you think the future's like for her? Because I believe she can, you know, really do something special in the WBBL.
Well, she certainly can. It's all a question of what she wants to do. I mean, she works full time. She helps out the rest of her family. She's you know, getting, you know, it's quite an ordeal to get from her part of London to our practices.
It is,
You know, yeah, she can do what she wants. You know, like if it's important enough to her, she could go play in Europe, you know, if she wanted to, you know, but she wants to be in London. She wants to be home. So hopefully we'll be able to keep everything together so that we can, you know, have the resources to, you know, pay everybody what they need to do it.
And build a dynasty there.
Build a dynasty. Yeah. We're working on it.
Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.